So packages, they're so popular. We've got industry leading packages with Princess, and majority of the guests, almost all of them, will get either Princess Plus or Princess Premier. And the reason is it gives you the chance to do the things you would do anyway and save money, no faff. It covers the things like the drinks, the dining, Wi-Fi, crew appreciation, and so much more. And you know what, to start off with, let's look at a quick video to get you in the mood, well, to enjoy your time at Princess.
I have to say, the amount of nights I go to bed with that song in my head, it's just stuck in your head.
It is really catchy though, isn't it, Nelly?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is straight away show you this slide here, which is the main things that are included, of course, with Princess Plus and Princess Premier. Now, this is a fantastic slide to give you an idea of what is included. I will mention quickly, you can see the difference between the price for Sphere class as well as the non-Sphere class ships. And that's simply because of the amazing amount of extra dining venues and bars onboard Sphere, the amount of extra options you get, that £5 or €5 supplement to go on there really is great value. I want to mention as well for our Irish agents, we know there's one in here. Plus is €58 and Premier is €90, just so you know. I did notice that in the chat. So thank you very much for that. So let's talk about it. I'm going to break it into different categories. First, the drinks, right? And I was chatting to my wife about this, and we were talking about what we would do and how we would do it. And the first thing I would like to mention is with Plus, you get those 15 drinks, wine, cocktails, sodas, you get all those, beer, whatever it is you want to drink, included. Up to $15, you get 15 drinks. Now, most drinks I would drink would be under that $15 anyway. The big one for me would be the fact that you get unlimited specialty teas and coffees. Now, I always break things down. That's how I like to do it. And for me, when I was chatting to the wife, I was like, well, if I get 3 coffees and 3 bottles of water a day, I'm not going to get much change from a tenner for that. Let's say £25 for the 3. I'm already halfway there. Am I going to have a glass of wine with dinner? Yeah, I'm probably going to have 2. Don't judge me, Danny. And by the time I have a couple of sodas during the day, sodas, there you go. I've been in America a very long time. A couple of drinks during the day, I'm already almost there, almost with my coffees before we've even started. Now, for my father, who is very selective with the whiskey he drinks as well as the wine he does enjoy, for him to go for the Premier package, I mean, that's a no-brainer, because he would just like to look at it and go, I want to pick almost any wine I want to drink. Are you white wine or red wine, Danny?
I'm a rosé.
Ooh.
I'm in the middle. There you
go. No, that's all right. Yeah. So we've got the drink straight away, and you see the value with that. But on top of that, you've got the food, right? And one of the things you get now is those 4 casual dining meals included with Plus. So O'Malley's Irish Pub. I hope you're in the mood for O'Malley's, doing the pub quiz every month. But you get that included as well. 4 of them per week with Princess Plus. And you could go there. You can have the best pizza at sea as well. What is your pizza choice, Danny?
I don't want to be judged, but I do go for a Hawaiian, and it is really good on board, so please don't judge me. I do like pineapple on pizza.
Can you please react if you are judging Danny currently for this one? If you are judging Danny, because I would definitely be reacting myself right now. Pineapple is not meant on a pizza. But it's great, right? So you get those included as well. But one of the things I want to mention, after spending so many years on board ships, the gratuities are included for your drinks, right? So if you go to Gigi's or if you go to Alfredo's, there'll be a service charge, but that's included with the packages. If you go to the bar and get a drink, that's included, and that's a real big deal as well. And then, of course, if you really love your food, you can't go wrong with the Princess Premier. You've got everything on there, from Crown Grill, Sabatini's, Catch by Rudy, Butcher's Block, Makoto Ocean, Love by Brito. I hope I'm making you hungry already, but the speciality restaurants are already included as well. So you can go to as many of them as you want. So you see the value before you even get going for both of the packages. Now, on top of that, I really do, I'm moving things around here. I also want to mention that you've got the Wi-Fi included as well. So for me, we do try and disconnect, but you do need to have some sort of connection with the outside world, right? So you've got the Max Wi-Fi is included. Now, Max Wi-Fi is only with the packages. It is streaming ready, high Wi-Fi. There's no cap. Some cruise lines have a cap. You only get a certain amount of minutes. You only get a certain amount of bandwidth, but ours will cover that. It's really a fantastic Wi-Fi at sea. And with the Princess Premier, you get 4 different packages. Sorry, 4 different devices with that. Do you disconnect when you're at sea, Danny, or are you still on your phone?
Very much on my phone. And we do have a question in the chat as well, which is, does the Wi-Fi allow WhatsApp calls and access to Team and Zoom's meetings? And yes, absolutely. The amount of times I've been on board and had to access Teams calls and join meetings, make calls, I can successfully work just as I would ashore from my cabin as well. So the Wi-Fi is such a strong connection when you are actually on board. So absolutely, yeah, no restrictions there.
And it's nice not to have to worry about topping up, right? It's not great. You don't have to like worry about these things. It's unlimited max Wi-Fi, and it's yeah, it's really a big deal. I want to highlight though on here the number one thing that was a standout to my wife, and I want to really emphasize, was the one at the bottom. I know we're talking about West End, but for my wife, the biggest thing about being on a ship is watching those big production shows, being in there, enjoying that atmosphere. It's 100% her favorite. I don't know if in the chat we've got some big fans of the production shows, but to have those reserved seats, I've got a 4-year-old, I've also got a newborn. Getting to a theatre early is not something that really appeals to me, and something that was such a positive included with Princess Premier, those theatre seats. If we can go down a little bit, if possible, Danny, to the next slide, that would be amazing. I would love it. Because I want to look at shore excursions, if you don't mind, because shore excursion credit is something else I want to highlight here. Now, the shore excursion credit, let's say you get a $100 per person credit with Princess Premier if you're on a 6-day cruise. And this is something I really want to emphasize. If I'm sure you're all sat there, are some of your guests going to book a shore excursion? Probably most of them are going to book one. There's some amazing tours out there. Well, if they're going to get, that's about £75, that's, if they're going to spend that anywhere and they're going to get £75 off of that tour, then straight away, Princess Premier for that 6-day cruise is basically £75. So you're getting Princess Premier for what, £15 a day? It's no less than that, right? My math isn't mathing, Danny. But it is a really, really great price for what you're going to do on top of it. And I just want to emphasize that, as well as one of my other favorites here, which is the photo package. I got to see every single day how many pictures were taken for 15 years of my life and how many people got those pictures. And to have professional photographers giving you unlimited digital images, I think is such an amazing thing to have included with a package. Everyone wants to take home those memories, but this is the other one. 3 physical prints are included as well, between 8 by 10 size. So if there's 2 of you, 6 pictures to take home with you as well, I really think goes a long way. What's your favorite thing about the packages, Danny?
Oh, I think it probably does have to be, for me, as we did say, I was a rosé drinker, and on the Premier package, Whispering Angel is my go-to rosé, and that is included on the package. So that's a no-brainer for me. I'm sold. But also, I think the specialty dining option is just so amazing, because you can dine in Catch by Rudy, the Crown Grill, Sabatini's, as many times as you like, and I think you're not paying that additional supplement, and it really makes that value so much more worth it. So yeah, I'd say drinks and dining, but that's the main part of the cruise, right?
I think it's one of those things that my wife said as well. She was like, wait a minute, like, but we're not big drinkers. Do we need to get it? It's not, that's not what it's about. It absolutely is not what it's about. There is so much more. As you said, like, if you're going out for one of those speciality dining meals, which is such an important part of a cruise, to have that special dinner, that special evening, to have that included, and to be able to do that multiple times. I also, sea day, going to the pub, that sounds great to me. And not to have to worry as I get to the bar when I'm picking something. We'll mention as well, Ocean Now delivery, that fee is waived, as well as the room service delivery, that is there as well. Is there anything else you want to add on top of this, Danny?
No, I would just say a lot of the time we do, of course, get asked, my guests don't drink, is the package still worth the value? And absolutely it is. When we look at the value of Plus itself, if we were to take all the elements that build up Plus package, they would actually be paying more than £50 per day. So actually, if they don't drink, that's absolutely fine, because of all the other elements and benefits that are included in the package, they're still saving, and it is still so much better value, like you say, with the Ocean Now delivery. Otherwise, they would have to pay a delivery fee and an activation fee for the Ocean Now. So all in all, just quote with Plus as a standard, and then upgrading to Premier if that suits your guest needs even more. If they do like the Whispering Angel, go for Premier. I can see that Leslie likes Whispering Angel as well. So with that.
But there's also some really great cocktails as well. I mean, I have to admit, I do like a odd drink in the evening. But for me, the biggest thing about this, 100% has got to be that before I've even had a drink with 3 coffees and 3 bottles of water, before I even had anything else,
This
I'm
is
a
a
fair
lot of
chunk
cocktail and
towards the
wine
day,
talk
right?
at 20 past 10 in the morning. So when on holiday,
So
right? It's
you
5
don't
p.m.
mind
somewhere.
it. We did our pub quiz and we asked everyone what they were having to drink, and it was very great. I enjoyed that one. All right, cool. Before we move on here, just have a quick glance at the chat. Anything here? Angels, more fan of the Whispering Angels. 100% worth it. Yeah, the Mai Tais are the best at sea. What other drinks does everyone like out there? I love finding out questions like this, right? I
Has
always
everyone
like, is it
tried the
called the
24K margarita? That's a famous on Princess, and that is part of Plus. It is a huge margarita in basically a fishbowl, and it's included on Plus. Everyone loves it.
I just like the fact that people go in for the breakfast cocktails. I'm really
Of
impressed. I
course,
really like it. Thank you very much,
on
everybody.
holiday.
Let's keep going down, Danny. But this slide is actually your one, and
It
I want to
is.
kind of link to it, because when I was talking about this to the wife, she goes, "Well, it's okay, but we've got a 4-year-old and a 3 months old. Like, we don't want to have to get a package for all of us. That doesn't make sense." So we talk a little bit more about that, Danny. How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So looking at this, obviously, if you're familiar with Polar Online and the manage booking function, this is where you would go in and enter the package if you haven't selected that at the time of booking. So this is where you'd go in to add the offer code, as you can see them listed on the screen. As Mike mentioned, sometimes you might be booking a guest with their family, so there might be 4 of them in the cabin, and only guests 1 and 2, so the adults, actually want to make the most of the package. So as you may know, at the time of booking, when you are selecting a Plus or Premier fare, it will automatically add it for all guests within the cabin. Unfortunately, Polar Online doesn't let you kind of select which guests you would like to do it for. The overall rule, however, is that not all guests in the cabin do have to have the package. However, a minimum of 2 guests do. So guests 1 and 2 would need to have the package, but say guests 3 and 4 are children, they don't need to have the package. There aren't any discounted fares if it is a child age as well. They would still be paying the same fare. So it's completely up to that family if they decide that actually they're still happy to pay the full package fare, or if mum and dad are happy to have the package and then they just do, say, a soft drinks package for the children in the cabin. So the way around this is you either, at the time of booking, you can either book on the package, and then you can use our live chat, Ask Isaac, and a member of our contact centre team will be happy to remove the package for the 3rd and 4th guest. Or another way around is similar, still using the live chat, but go ahead and make the booking without including the package on, obviously giving your guests the fare included in your quote to them, for 1 and 2 guests to have the Plus or Premier package, and then again, head into live chat. A member of the team would just be able to add it on just for guest 1 and 2 for you. So there is ways around it. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you the option to select how many guests you want it for via Polar Online. It will just automatically do it for the full cabin. But then obviously on the manage booking screen here, if you haven't added the package on at the time of booking, then you can go ahead and use the promotional code and add that offer code into that screen there. One thing to note though, the packages can't be added within 72 hours of sailing, so it would need to be done prior to that. After that time frame, it would mean that the package needs to be added on board, which you don't want, because then it goes onto the guests on board account and not onto your booking total. So in order to increase that booking revenue and ensure that the package is commissionable, if it is on a retail rate, make sure it's done either at the time of booking or at least 72 hours before sailing. So then you get the benefits of that package. If you use the offer code, yes, it still does apply it to all guests. So I would say kind of using that option if the guest is unsure at the time of booking, perhaps, and then they've decided later on to go ahead and book it. So if it is the case that you are looking to reduce the package and only have it for a couple of guests in the cabin and you've got it booked on, then live chat, they'll be able to help you. It's an easy fix, but unfortunately Polar Online just doesn't have that function.
That is great. Now, I want to say though, if let's say I'm away with a wife and me and her have got Princess Premier, that doesn't mean the children aren't going to be allowed to be in the pictures, does it? They can still be in the pictures with us.
Of course, they can still be in the pictures. They just won't be purchasing them with their medallion. Yeah,
exactly. So they can still do that as well. It says here as well, which is really cool, that they can even sit with you for theatre, which was a big deal for my wife, right? So that's kind of cool as well. Let's keep this moving, but first I want to mention I put my random number generator in, Danny, and from the random number generator, the 3 people that got it right before I put stop, it was the first person that got it, and that person was Rachel Griffith. So I'm going to be sending you a Costa coffee card. Congratulations, Rachel. Give me a thumbs up if that's you, and you just email the academy at the end if you can.
Fastest
Rachel,
finger first.
That's it. We got more coming. Don't worry. Another one's coming up soon. Thank you, Rachel. Let's go to the next one, Danny. Oh, you're already there. Are you able to cover this one?
Yeah, absolutely. So where to find out more on OneSource? So this is our one-stop shop. It's always a mouthful to say. As you all are probably very familiar with OneSource and the tools that are available to you on there as well. So the screenshot on this page here is going into the in-depth of booking help. So there will be an array of different PDFs on there with different guides, how-to guides. There's also a link that takes you to our YouTube channel where you'll have tutorials from either myself or now from Mike. And there'll be so many tutorials, bite-sized versions as well of our webinars. So the webinar that we're hosting now, you will find that at a later date where you can watch it on YouTube, and also you will find that we'll probably take snippets from that as well to make them into bite size if you do have a quick 5 minutes to be able to go to. But OneSource is your one-stop shop for absolutely everything Princess you need to know. It's your obviously gateway to get onto Polar Online as well and to your live chat. When we do go ahead and issue our ship visits, our graduation cruises, etc., all of that fun information that I know you are all after will be available on OneSource as well. So it will all be on there. Literally everything is all on there as well for your training needs as well. Whilst we don't have the academy up and running at this time, all of the other training modules, etc., and training guides will all be on there to use. Let's have a look. There's a question in the chat here about excursions. Can we see excursions with prices before booking? I don't believe there is a way to see the full prices before booking. There is a page on the website where you can view excursions per port of call. It will give you a rough indication of the price on there as well, and a rough example of the excursions that are offered in that port of call. However, it will be once the booking is actually made and you can go into the manage booking to overview which excursions are specifically available for that voyage. And the academy training, we've got a question as to when that will be back up. It is still undergoing. We are still working on this with our US team. It's very much in their hands at the minute, but as soon as it comes over into our hands and in our control, we will ensure that we communicate that back out. So in the meantime, that's why Mike's on it with kind of creating these on-demand Kahoots, all these additional trainings, so that there are still ways of learning. And of course, we are still able to look at honouring any of those graduation benefits if you do have your own cruise coming up as well in the meantime, because it's a great benefit to have.
Thank you, Danny. I tell you what, I love doing these webinars with you. You know what I think we should do now? Let's get the drama going. Get your hands ready for another question, everybody. Let's do it. Let's go. Next question. All right, last week it was announced that Diamond Princess has added 2 popular specialty dining venues. One was Makoto Ocean. What was the other? Here we go. We've already had one winner today. I'm going to type in
Who's been paying attention?
All right, I'll be typing in stop very shortly. The drama is on, Danny.
If you don't know, take a guess.
Yes, it.
Oh, there we
Let's go.
go.
I'm going to do it now. And I'm going to count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Oh,
I think Kevin's
lots
got
of
in there
people
first.
answered
Yeah.
there. Oh, the drama is real, Danny. I love it. So the next time Danny speaks, I'm going to use a random number generator again, and I'm going to get a winner out of the people that got there before the stop. You got one more question. I love that reaction from Paul.
Love the
My
spelling.
typing.
We know
All
what you
right.
mean.
Let's go to the next slide. Let's get into Sanctuary. I absolutely love it. Sanctuary Collection is truly a premium escape at sea. You access a whole new world of amenities, exclusive spaces, and personalized service. And that service really is the backbone of Premier Plus, Sanctuary Collection, and in general, Princess. I asked the question, why do people love saying I'm a princess on my Facebook page recently? And service, crew, like that is 100% what everyone was talking about. The feeling when you walk on board, the elevated experiences, and this is even more elevated when you get to Sanctuary Collection. It's got lots of things. It's like that ship within a ship feeling. Premium rooms, private venues, that beautiful pool, Princess Premier included, and so much more. But let's go to the next screen, Danny, and let's watch a little video to raise the
Bring to
excitement
life.
even more. It's quite calming watching that, isn't it?
Very
I have to
calming.
admit. And I just, if out of all of that, I'm not a big champagne drinker, but I 100% would have to drink champagne if it was handed to me from a bush. Are you on the same page with that, Danny?
Absolutely.
I
The
don't know if I should be
champagne
calling it a
wall. I
bush. It's
like,
a
yeah,
wall,
it's
yeah,
the
not a bush.
champagne wall, Mike. Has anyone actually had the opportunity to go into the sanctuary yet? If you have, do let us know. But it's like Mike said, it's a ship within a ship experience, and it really just elevates that luxury premium feel for those guests that are kind of wanting that secluded feel of luxury and champagne on demand.
That sounds
Sounds
so
great.
great. Yeah, you get
Does.
exclusive access to the Sanctuary Club, and we're going to show you a beautiful picture of that in just a second. You get all of the perks of Princess Premier. That's one of the reasons we also wanted to highlight Princess Premier in the packages first. You get your own private restaurant that's exclusive to the Sanctuary Collection guests, and it's just that premium elevated service that we've been talking about as well, that really does make it stand out. But let's go to the next one so we can see that picture of the Sanctuary. Look at that. I can imagine myself sat there. Premium
That's
lounges,
lovely.
beautiful area, lovely seated. There's shaded areas. Has anyone said they've been on there yet? Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, yet is the key word. Um, so it's a perfect, calm, elevated plush. It's got those light bite foods, the cocktail. It's a 16 plus area. That's a top deck space that's, you said, for 16 plus. Whether you want to order a mocktail, listen to some music, maybe you saw that picture on the video a second ago of the guitarist playing. There's those moments up there, and it really just is an elevated area on a ship that really takes you away from everything else. I don't know how to explain it better than that. It's just a
No, it's
premium,
great.
different venue that
And
we're
it's
so happy to
located
have.
right at the front of the ship as well on Sun and Star Princess, and it's just such a lovely area. You can just only imagine it on a sea day, kind of just going through the calm sea of wherever you are. And yeah, it's a really, really lovely destination to kind of be in on the ship.
It's
Like you
got that
say,
like
a ship within a ship.
Santorini vibe, right?
Yeah, love it.
And with a restaurant, which is such a big deal, you just saw it there. Like, how beautiful is that? The idea that there's a restaurant exclusively for Sanctuary cabins. You can walk in whenever's convenient for you. There's a custom menu. Someone I was chatting to the other day said they had the meal downstairs. They'd have like flat iron steak, and then they had the elevated steak in the Sanctuary restaurant. And that's kind of what it's all about. The team will do their best to get you in the same area and have the same team. But of course, as it's walk-in with no reservation needed, it's just so open and convenient, less stress, no queues. There's no age restriction. So of course, if families want to come down, they can't go to the club if with young children, but they can head to the restaurant, and it's just beautiful. Beautiful. Danny, so cabins, staterooms. The biggest thing I want to highlight for this before we go into anything else is the fact that everyone cruises different, and a lot of people want to be on a ship and not spend any time in their stateroom. So to be able to have an opportunity to have all these benefits of Sanctuary Collection without having to book the top suite on board, I think is really cool that we've got those balcony cabin options as one of the ways to enjoy Sanctuary Collection. And yeah, let's talk about it as well. So we've got the suites. Now, that there is a difference when you get the suites. You do get the Suite Experience Manager. You do get the exclusive suite lounge access. Now that lounge looks absolutely beautiful. 2 stories, beautiful lounge. You get the priority disembarkation, the priority tenders as well, the water shuttles, the complimentary water mini bar. I mean, you can ask for water if you want, but that probably wouldn't be my first choice. Anything else you want to highlight about this?
No, it's a really, really great destination. As you can see there, that the lounge is kind of situated right at the aft of the ship, so a perfect quiet space for sea day. And on Sun and Star Princess as a whole, there are so many venues on board where I don't know how many of you have been on board either Sun or Star Princess and maybe not gone to the Sanctuary Collection, but the ship as a whole, they have so many areas that you can be really involved with what's going on, but there's also so many secluded areas because of the size of the ships. They are a large ship, but it doesn't feel like you're kind of getting lost at sea. But the way that the ships are kind of set out and laid out, there are just so many opportunities to kind of be involved as you like, or also being able to kind of take yourself away to the peace and quiet. And everywhere has a view, of course. So it's a really lovely way to spend your sea day, spend a port day, however you wish to.
Someone said to me that you could probably tell I like to chat to people already, but they're like, I know I'm on a big ship, but the things I love about the small ships I get from this, and I really like that. So let's have a look at some of the other advantages and what you really get from the Sanctuary Collection. And this is one of the slides that's the most popular to look at, because we are aware that other brands have got elevated spaces, of course, and I know as travel agents, so are you. But what is included with ours? And as you can see, that left-hand column is definitely good reading.
Ticking all the boxes.
Ticking all the boxes. What would be the number one thing that would stand out for you, apart from the fact that the beverage package rosé wine? Let's stay away from that. It's not even 11 a.m. yet, Danny. What other things would stand out to you?
I think just having the additional kind of areas on board, like you have the exclusive restaurant, I think that is a really great thing. And whilst the guests that aren't in the Sanctuary Collection of staterooms, they do still have a really good dining experience given our Medallion app process as well. So where they can go on and pre-book their dining, they still really do get that great option where it's kind of removing any wait times and everything like that before dinner. But at the same time, having that exclusive restaurant really kind of gives you that VIP treatment almost, doesn't it? And just has that little bit of an elevated experience on board as well. And then, of course, the specialty restaurant access. And I think as well, having the Premier included within this collection, I think that's the selling point as it is really, isn't it? You get the exclusive venues and then you're enjoying Princess Premier as well. So yeah, some really great options there.
And I really think
it's not going to break the bank is the main thing. And as Mike said, there's the opportunity to have a balcony cabin or have other grades, and it's not as though you have to be in the top grade of suite to be able to indulge or enjoy this package as well, or the collection. So it's a really great way for all guests to be able to have the opportunity to enjoy the Sanctuary Collection.
And that what you said there is exactly what I was going with. Like if you've got a guest in front of you that's looking at that balcony cabin and they get in Premier, have a glance at Sanctuary Collection, because this could make such a difference to their cruise. Absolutely. I love it. I think this will be so great. So these are some of the things there. Having a look better. Nothing better than finding a little nook to chill on the ship. I
Too
love
right.
that comment, Paul. I couldn't agree more. I don't know if when I take my 0-year-old and a 4-year-old on board, I'm going to find that space. I mean, but I get it. Let's do it. Let's go to. Oh wait, before we go there, I'm going to give everyone a heads up, Danny. I love this. I love Sanctuary Collection. Um, I know there was some drama before getting people ready for the question. I want to give you a heads up. The question is coming now, everybody. So here we go. Here is your question.
The name.
Drama is real. All right. So with Princess Premier on a 10 to 20-day voyage, how much shore excursion credit would each guest receive?
Oh,
Here
that's
we
quick.
go. I've given you a question that we've already talked about in this one. Let's get ready to stop the drama. We're going to go with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm not ready to write stop. That was. Oh, there you go. All right, that was my fault there, Danny. All right, we've got a few, like loads of people answered that one. I will let you know ASAP who won the last one as well. But first, I want to quickly talk about reserve collection because I had a lot of questions about this. I know we're not talking about reserve. That's not what we're here today. But I think it'd be amiss for us not to quickly put up a slide and mention it. Reserve collection is not on Sun and Star. It is on the other ships in the fleet. Right, so they are suites that come with even more love. All of the suites on the 15 other ships have got the reserve collection. When you book a suite, you get some more personal touches. Complimentary minibar, setup and breakfast in a private venue, complimentary dinner in a specialty restaurant on embarkation day, plus a glass of bubbly. That to me sounds like the perfect start to a cruise. Priority disembarkation at tender ports as well at the end of the cruise. Exclusive access to the indoor concierge lounge with personalized service and a suite experience manager, which includes expedited guest services for making reservations and other special requests. Sounds good to me, Danny. What about you?
Yeah, no, absolutely great. So anyone that's kind of been selling Princess for a while, you may, if you are familiar with Reserve Collection, you may be familiar with it formerly being classed as Club Class cabins. So a collection of Club Class mini suites and suites. So these now make up the Reserve Collection. So they have renamed to the Reserve Collection. And for anyone else that's slightly eagle-eyed as well, we spoke about this before, didn't we, Mike? There actually is sanctuaries on other ships within our fleet. So just to make it confusing, they've obviously introduced the Sanctuary Collection, which is only available on the Sun and Star. So just a quick point on the Sanctuary that is available on our other ships within our fleet. This is an area that is bookable by all guests. So you don't have to be part of the collection. You can be in any cabin type, stateroom type. And so guests can book this on when they are on board. It's an area of the ship, similarly to how the Sanctuary Collection retreat area is. But it is just an area where all guests can book on, adults only area on board. It has slightly different setup to the actual Sanctuary Collection. It's not a collection of cabins, it's simply just a venue on board that can be booked once your guests are on board for that, again, secluded, nice tranquil area as well. So just to make it a little bit more confusing.
So yeah, where the reserve collection ships, those ships, you might be able to experience a sanctuary and pay a nominal fee to experience it. I mean, the word sanctuary is the perfect word, though. I
It is
do
a
like
sanctuary,
it.
right?
Yeah. So that's great as well. So yeah, just want to highlight that quickly. It's just a desirable spot. That's another thing with the cabins. They do put them in locations, the reserve collection suites in locations that are perfect for the views as well. All right, let's head on down. We're doing great. Love the sanctuary area. Love that. So the training platform, you kind of mentioned it a little while ago, Danny, and I think you should try and say one-stop agent shop 3 times fast. I'm just joking.
No, absolutely, yeah. So it's a really great area, as you said before, brought it to life with all the additional training tools, content, etc., that is available on there for yourselves to access. And one thing as well, of course, we do always promote all of our latest campaigns, all of our toolkits. So for any offers or boosts that we have going on as well, currently we're running the VIP sale through to March. So you'll be able to find all of the information and the toolkits available on the campaigns page as well. They'll be straight on that front page as soon as you get on there, along with any other new updates that we have. So kind of goes in hand with the incentives that we're running, which we will of course go into at the end of this, but then going on to additional agent platforms. I did mention, of course, our YouTube channel, so plenty of guides or quick bite-sized videos for you to go ahead and watch or refer back to if you do need just a quick refresher, or if you do just need a little bit of a recap on something that you feel like you may not be too familiar with. QR code there as well. If you do want to scan that, that will take you to our social pages. Of course, you are all here, so I'm sure that you all are already signed up to our social pages, so you would have seen this promoted all on our Facebook. But so important to stay engaged throughout February as well. Of course, you would have seen the incentive we were running all throughout January, which went really well. So thank you so much for engaging so much throughout well, December as well, because obviously we started with Advent, and January and February. I've absolutely loved putting these together and running them. So hope you've loved the prizes. I've seen a few names in here of people that have won lots of our prizes and have been very frequent on all of our webinars and training. So the engagement is great. It's a really enjoyable way to kind of get involved and reward you for all your hard work. So it's a really great way to go through, but of course we will go into exactly what you can expect throughout February as well, because it doesn't end there.
And I want to make sure no one thinks we're about to trick you. We've done our 3 quick fire questions.
They're
so
done.
If you want to scan this, you can. You won't have to type in a second, right? I want to make sure no one thinks we're going to catch them out. Let's go down and let's talk about some of the key things getting involved then, Danny.
What's coming up?
So today we did a webinar. You're here. Thank you for joining us. If you want to throw in the comments as well, we've got our survey feedback. The reason we did this at this time and on this day of the week was from the surveys we put out. We had loads of responses, and this is exactly what you wanted. So that's why we did it. And we've got other things that are top priorities, and we're going to cover them as well. But if there's another area of Princess you think would be great, feel free to chuck it in the comments as well. We love to get your feedback. We're here to support you to make sure you can get your guests on that perfect Princess cruise. We've got another webinar on the 25th of February. I'm going to do even more of these coffee cards, Danny. I enjoyed this. This was fun. And we've also got our on-demand Kahoot. In fact, straight after this, I'm going to share the QR code for you to have fun with that on-demand Kahoot. You can do it any time before the Princess Pub quiz, and then we're going to have a winner called out in that pub quiz. So that's pretty cool as well. If you didn't play the pub quiz before, it's a normal traditional pub quiz. I don't want you to think it's fun. We do it in the evening. Get yourself a drink. Looking at this chat, I can see there's a few people that probably would have one. Why not? Right? And it's like normal rounds, general knowledge, sport, geography, but also in the chat this week, chuck it down. Someone needs to win a all-for-one voucher by suggesting the extra round for the pub quiz. And right now there's like 3 responses. So get into that chat, put down what extra rounds you would want. Love and romance or food and drink. So you've got to chuck it in that Facebook post, but it's going to be fun. Yeah, we've got 2 more Kahoots. But can you tell us about this month, Danny? There's lots of prizes to be won this month. Yeah. 2 prizes for engagement and 3 for bookings, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started off with our first prize being offered today, as Mike mentioned at the beginning of the call. So one winner will win 2 West End tickets simply just for joining today's call. So that's the first prize of February that we're giving away. Treating you all like a VIP this February is the route we're going down, and that's exactly what we want to do. So all throughout the month of February, you do have the opportunity to still win prizes. Like you say, 2 a week just for engaging over on our webinars, pub quiz, Kahoots, or on our social posts. And then throughout February as well, you still do have a booking incentive running. So for any bookings that you do create, you will be able to submit those bookings and be entitled to winning another prize.